What if I told you that with just one simple oil sitting in your home, something you probably thought was only good for joint pain or as a lubricant, you could actually unlock blood flow, restore sensation, and even reclaim a sense of manhood you thought was long gone? I'm Dr. Sarah, a health educator with over 20 years of experience helping men over 60 regain their vitality. What I'm about to share comes from compelling research and the real success stories I've witnessed in my practice. Thousands of men are silently struggling with this, but there is a natural approach that is changing how we think about male wellness. Subscribe now, because this is science-backed information that often gets overlooked in standard medical advice. Today, I'll walk you through a gentle, private method using castor oil to help restore sensation and reignite your vitality, without pills or injections. The evidence behind this is truly exciting. We'll start with the most essential foundation: its incredible ability to dilate blood vessels and enhance blood flow. The science is fascinating and could make a profound difference. When I work with patients and their doctors to address these concerns, I always start with what the research shows us about blood flow, because everything else builds from this foundation. Think of your circulatory system like a well-maintained plumbing network in your home. Over the years, the pipes naturally lose some flexibility, and the flow isn't quite as strong as it once was. This is completely normal aging. But here's what's encouraging: your body still has remarkable wisdom to heal and restore when given the right support. Castor oil contains a unique compound called ricinoleic acid. When you apply this oil with gentle warmth and massage, research indicates it helps encourage blood vessel relaxation at the local level. What this means for you is improved circulation to the areas where you need it most. The wonderful thing is, this works with your body's own healing processes, not against them. Let me share Robert's story. He's 68, a retired firefighter from Pennsylvania who'd been married to Helen for 42 years. Robert came to me already working well with his cardiologist and neurologist. What he wanted was to feel connected again, both physically and emotionally, with his wife. I coordinated with his medical team, and together we added this gentle castor oil approach to his evening routine. Within 3 weeks, Robert noticed something he described as waking up down there. His doctors were pleased with his overall progress during his regular checkups. Today, Robert continues both his medical care and this natural approach, feeling more confident and connected than he had in years. But improved circulation is just the beginning. What many men over 60 experience isn't just about blood flow, it's about sensation itself. This brings us to the second way castor oil can support you. As we age, something called silent inflammation can develop in our tissues. This isn't the obvious inflammation you'd see with an injury. It's a low-level, ongoing process that can affect nerve sensitivity over time. When the delicate nerve endings become less responsive, you feel less sensation, less pleasure, and less connection to your own body. Here's where castor oil's anti-inflammatory properties become invaluable. Research from institutions like the University of Parma shows that natural compounds with anti-inflammatory effects can help reduce these inflammatory markers in older adults. When you apply warm castor oil with gentle massage, you're creating an environment where those sensitive nerve pathways can rest, recover, and potentially regain their responsiveness. I think of inflammation like background noise in a quiet room. You might not notice it consciously, but it's interfering with your ability to hear clearly. By reducing this inflammatory noise, your body's natural sensitivity can return. Frank, a 71-year-old retired teacher, explained it perfectly. He told me, "Dr. Sarah, it wasn't just that things weren't working. I couldn't feel much of anything anymore." After 2 months of consistent use, Frank said, "The feeling is coming back gradually, like someone slowly turning up the volume on a radio. My doctor said my overall health markers were improving too. That connection between body and mind was being restored." Research shows this makes biological sense. Studies with people over 60 demonstrate that reducing local inflammation can help nerve function recover. In my practice, when patients use this approach with their doctor's knowledge, they often describe exactly what Frank experienced: a gradual but noticeable return of sensation and responsiveness. Now, while these first two benefits focus on the physical aspects, there's a third area that might be the most important of all: tissue health and structural integrity. I'd love to hear about your experience with natural approaches to wellness. Have you found methods that work well alongside your medical care? Share your story in the comments. The skin and underlying tissues in intimate areas are particularly delicate, especially as we age. This tissue becomes thinner, less elastic, and more prone to minor irritation or discomfort. Many men don't realize that maintaining healthy tissue in these areas is just as important as cardiovascular health for overall function and comfort. Here's what happens when you regularly apply castor oil to these areas. The oil acts like a protective, nourishing barrier. Research from Harvard Medical School confirms that plant-based oils can improve the skin's natural protective barrier by up to 35. This means the tissue stays more supple, better hydrated, and more resilient. Think of it like maintaining the leather seats in a classic car. Without regular conditioning, the leather becomes stiff and can crack. But with proper care, it remains supple and functional for decades. Your body's tissues respond similarly to this type of gentle, consistent, nourishing care. Charles, a 65-year-old grandfather of 4, had been dealing with what he described as discomfort and dryness that was affecting his confidence. Working with his physician, we added castor oil application to his routine. After 6 weeks, Charles reported not just improved comfort, but renewed confidence in intimate situations. "I feel like myself again," he told me during a follow-up. The evidence supporting plant-based oils for skin health is substantial. Studies indicate that regular application of natural oils can help maintain tissue flexibility and comfort, which becomes increasingly important as we age. This isn't about fighting aging, it's about aging with vitality and comfort. Beyond these 3 primary benefits, patients often report improvements they weren't expecting: better sleep quality, reduced morning stiffness, and an overall sense of well-being. This makes sense because when one system in your body improves, others often benefit as well. The science behind this approach continues to evolve. Research from respected medical institutions like the Technion Institute in Israel shows that natural antioxidant compounds can significantly improve circulation markers in older adults. Similarly, studies from Purdue University demonstrate that certain plant compounds help protect blood vessel function as we age. This research supports what I've observed in practice, that natural approaches, used properly, can create meaningful improvements in how you feel and function. What I find particularly encouraging is how well this integrates with conventional medical care. Most doctors appreciate when their patients take an active interest in their health and bring forward evidence-based approaches. The key is open communication with your healthcare team. Here's exactly how to implement this approach safely and effectively. What you need: pure, cold-pressed castor oil, without fragrances or additives. Look for organic when possible, as this ensures the highest quality and purity. When to do it: 3 to 4 times per week, ideally in the evening before bed. This timing allows the oil to work overnight, when your body's natural repair processes are most active. How to prepare: first, warm the oil gently. Never use a microwave. Instead, place the bottle in a bowl of warm water for a few minutes, or simply rub a small amount between your palms until it reaches body temperature. Application technique: use about a teaspoon of the warmed oil. Apply with gentle, circular massage motions for 3 to 5 minutes. The massage itself is important. It encourages circulation and helps the oil penetrate effectively. Enhancement step: after application, cover the area with a soft, warm washcloth for 1,520 minutes. This helps the oil absorb more deeply and maximizes the warming, circulation-boosting effects. What should you expect? Most people notice initial improvements in comfort and tissue suppleness within 2 to 3 weeks. Sensation and responsiveness improvements often take 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use. Some men notice changes sooner, others take longer. Both patterns are perfectly normal. The beauty of this approach is its gentleness. You're not forcing your body to do anything unnatural. Instead, you're supporting the healing and regeneration processes that are always working within you. Remember, this works best as part of a comprehensive approach to health. The research I mentioned earlier about pomegranate and ginger supporting circulation, that same principle applies here. When you combine castor oil application with good nutrition, regular gentle exercise like walking, adequate sleep, and stress management, the effects multiply. Evidence from multiple large-scale analyses confirms that regular walking and healthy eating can improve circulation by 1,020 in people over 60. When you add targeted topical support with castor oil, you're addressing the issue from multiple angles. What questions would you ask your doctor about adding natural circulation support to your routine? Comment below your questions. Help me create better content for our community. I always encourage my patients to discuss new wellness approaches with their healthcare providers. Most doctors appreciate when you bring them information about natural methods you're considering. They can provide personalized guidance based on your specific health picture and any medications you're taking. This is particularly important if you're dealing with diabetes, cardiovascular conditions, or taking blood-thinning medications. While castor oil applied topically is generally very safe, your doctor knows your unique situation best and can ensure this approach integrates well with your existing care plan. Let me address some common concerns I hear from patients. First, many men worry about the time commitment. The reality is, this entire routine takes less than 10 minutes, 3 times per week. Compare that to the time many spend worrying about these issues or researching solutions online. Second, some feel uncertain about whether it's working. I tell patients to pay attention to subtle changes, improved comfort, better sleep, more morning responsiveness, or simply feeling more confident. These gradual improvements often build into significant quality of life changes over time. Third, there's sometimes embarrassment about discussing these concerns. Remember, you're not alone in this experience. The research shows that circulation and sensitivity changes affect the majority of men over 60. Taking proactive steps to address these changes is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. The anti-inflammatory effects we discussed earlier deserve special attention. Chronic, low-level inflammation is now recognized as a major factor in age-related health decline. When you reduce inflammation in one area of your body, you often see benefits elsewhere. Patients frequently report feeling more energetic overall, having better joint comfort, and even improved mental clarity. This makes biological sense. Your body systems are interconnected. When circulation improves and inflammation decreases in one area, other areas benefit as well. It's like tuning up one part of an engine, the whole machine runs more smoothly. The research on aging and inflammation continues to expand our understanding. Studies currently underway at major universities are exploring how natural anti-inflammatory compounds can support healthy aging processes. While this research is still developing, the early results are encouraging and support what many of us have observed in clinical practice. For those interested in the science, here's what we know about ricinoleic acid, the active compound in castor oil. It's a unique fatty acid that appears to have both anti-inflammatory and circulation-supporting properties. When applied topically with massage, it can increase local blood flow while simultaneously calming inflammatory processes. The warming sensation many people experience during application isn't just the oil, it's actually increased circulation, bringing fresh blood flow to the area. This enhanced circulation delivers oxygen and nutrients while helping remove metabolic waste products that can accumulate in tissues over time. Let me share one more patient story that illustrates the comprehensive benefits. James, a 74-year-old retired electrician, initially came to me concerned about decreased sensation and responsiveness, but after 3 months of consistent castor oil use, combined with his regular medical care, James reported improvements that extended far beyond what he originally hoped for. Not only do I feel more like myself in intimate situations, James told me, but I'm sleeping better, my energy is more stable throughout the day, and even my wife commented that I seem more confident overall. His doctor noted improvements in his circulation markers during routine testing. This illustrates something crucial when we support our body's natural healing processes in one area. We often see benefits throughout our system. James wasn't just addressing a localized concern, he was supporting his overall vitality and well-being. The key to success with this approach is consistency and patience. Your body has been developing these changes over years or even decades. While some men notice improvements quickly, lasting restoration typically requires steady, consistent support over several months. I recommend keeping a simple journal during your first 2 months. Note how you feel before starting, then track changes weekly. Many patients are surprised by gradual improvements they might otherwise overlook. Small changes in comfort, responsiveness, and confidence can build into significant quality of life improvements over time. Also, remember that this approach is most effective when combined with other healthy lifestyle practices. The research on pomegranate extract I mentioned shows how antioxidant-rich foods can support circulation. Similarly, the studies on ginger demonstrate how natural anti-inflammatory foods can complement topical treatments. Consider adding circulation-supporting foods to your diet. Pomegranates, berries high in antioxidants, leafy greens rich in nitrates, and anti-inflammatory spices like ginger and turmeric. When you support your circulation from the inside while applying castor oil externally, you're creating optimal conditions for improvement. Gentle exercise remains crucial. A 2,030-minute walk most days of the week can significantly enhance the effects of topical treatments. Walking stimulates overall circulation, reduces inflammation, and supports the cardiovascular health that underlies all aspects of vitality. Stress management also plays a vital role. Chronic stress can interfere with circulation and healing processes. Simple stress reduction techniques, deep breathing, gentle stretching, or even just spending time in nature can enhance your body's ability to benefit from natural supportive treatments. The integration of this approach with conventional medical care continues to impress me. Rather than replacing medical treatment, castor oil therapy typically enhances the effectiveness of standard care. Many doctors have commented on improvements they've observed in patients who've added this natural approach to their health routine. This partnership between natural and conventional approaches represents the future of healthcare for aging adults. We're not choosing one or the other, we're using the best of both worlds to support optimal health and vitality. Looking ahead, research continues to expand our understanding of how natural compounds can support healthy aging. The studies I've mentioned represent just the beginning of what we're learning about the body's capacity for healing and regeneration at any age. What excites me most is how this knowledge empowers you to take an active role in your own well-being. Rather than simply accepting decline as inevitable, you have tools and strategies that can help you maintain vitality and connection throughout your later years. The men I work with often tell me that this approach has given them back more than just physical function. It's restored their sense of themselves as vital, capable individuals. That transformation in self-perception can be just as important as any physical improvement. If this evidence-based approach resonates with you, please subscribe for more practical wellness education that honors your relationship with your healthcare provider. Share this with someone who values both natural wellness and medical expertise. Remember, aging doesn't have to mean decline. With the right knowledge, consistent application, and partnership with your healthcare team, you can continue to experience vitality, connection, and confidence throughout your golden years. Your body has remarkable wisdom and healing capacity. Sometimes it just needs gentle, consistent support to express that natural resilience. The journey toward restored vitality isn't always quick or dramatic, but it can be profoundly meaningful. Every small improvement in how you feel, every moment of renewed confidence, every enhanced connection with your partner, these are the real measures of success. And they're absolutely worth the gentle, consistent effort this approach requires.